So, Mr. Rather, in your book you go into some detail, really, about the effects of the corporatization and the concentration in the American media. Looking ahead, for example, to the conventions, which have always been interesting to me, and I remember in particular the video footage of you at the '68 Democratic Convention being knocked down.
Don't push me, take your hands off of me unless you plan to arrest me.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Well, Walter, as you can see...
I don't know what's going on, but these are security people apparently around Dan, and obviously getting roughed up.
We tried to talk to the man, and we got bodily pushed out of the way.
It seems that conventions were once places where things were decided, and that now they seem to be made for TV.
Well, they don't seem to be made for TV. They are made for TV. For most of our history, things got decided at the convention. It hasn't been that long ago that candidates were actually selected at the convention. The 1968 convention, the Democrats in Chicago eventually nominated Hubert Humphrey. The Republicans in Miami who renominated Richard Nixon. At those conventions, things were actually decided. By the time we got to the mid-'80s, the political parties had decided, and each decided the same thing. It's too dangerous for us to have people to see how decisions are made. And so now what you have are very carefully scripted and tightly disciplined conventions that are television programs designed to benefit the parties. And frankly, I think you'll find very few people, even in politics, who will argue with that. There's nothing decided at the conventions now.
So it's kind of sanitized journalism and sanitized politics.
Yes, and not very well sanitized, I would say. That is to say.
By which you mean crudely?
It's pretty crude stuff. And that's one reason I think you will see audiences at a low level for these conventions. Because who wants to hear a sort of wind festival of nothing but self-serving speeches for days on end, hours on end? You get through one, then you have to go through the other. I think the audience will be slow. You know, it may be worth noting that there are plenty of people who would argue that the old system, where things were decided at the conventions, that it was more corrupt than the present primary system, where so much gets decided. But I wouldn't be surprised if networks in the future begin to not carry conventions. I think they may decide it's not all that good business. But given the favor they seek with politicians, I'll probably be wrong about that.
Thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming. I enjoyed talking to you.
Thank you. No.